people, it is Uncle Nick here, and I know it's been about a week, but I was gathering a little bit of footage on the events for the Arnold to get to you guys, and I can't do comp weight or close, something with decent weight all in the same day because I have strength stuff and other stuff to do, and my time is crunched because I do coach most of the time directly after I lift. So with that being said, this video is mainly going to be about ramping up for the Arnold. I know I touched over that for Worlds previously in a video, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth here with you guys to maybe for some of you guys that are thinking about competing or are wondering what you should be doing, you know, closer to competition day. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit more insight on exactly how my training goes and what changes in that real last month of training when I'm ramping up, doing more event stuff for the competition. Now, the Arnold is a little bit different because it is the one competition a year that I really compete up in the 231s at a world level. I'm going against some of the best 231s in the world as a 200-pound competitor. Now, how that works is I earn either by winning nationals, which is how I got to the Arnolds last year, but this year I competed at a Platinum Plus show, which is basically the highest level show that isn't nationals or a national level show. It usually brings out a lot of the better guys around because they do offer Arnold tickets. So that is how I earned mine, is I won East Coast Most Powerful as a Platinum Plus show, and that got me into the Arnold this year. Now, I qualified as a 200-pound competitor, but there is no 200-pound weight division. It is 175, 231, and open heavyweight. So I'm competing against guys that are 30 to 40 pounds heavier than me, because anywhere from 230 to 250, those guys are cutting weight and actually competing in 231, whereas I have 30 pounds to gain. But I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just telling you exactly how it is and what I'm going up against. I'm not using that as any sort of, oh, you know, I don't expect to do well. No, my goal is to make some noise in the top 10, rattle some cages, let them know I'm there. I'm coming there to do something about it. I'm not going there with just, I'm gonna see how well I can do. No, I'm preparing to give it my 110%. My goal here is to have a much better show, the best show I can bring, and kind of have a little bit of a comeback from my World's performance, because that was not my best performance, and that is honestly given me a lot of fire in my training since then. So it might have been a blessing in disguise. Because of the result of Worlds, my training has been a lot more intense, a lot more productive. It kind of relit a flame that I had before, and it was almost refreshing in its own way. Depends on how you look at it. So with the Arnold, there are 3 days of competition. You have to qualify for day 2 and day 3. Now day 3, only the top 4 do, and that is on the main stage. But day 2, I think it is the top 20, because there was like 40 competitors last year, so they do have to narrow it down. If you're not within that top 20, you don't have a shot even being a contender. So I think it is a good process of elimination. So you have to earn your spot every single day. I love that thought process and the method behind this. So day 1, it is the axle deadlift, 625 pounds, as many reps as possible in a minute. The second event is the block carry with the arm over arm drag, and the block is 325 and then a 400-pound arm over arm. Now, you carry the block 50 or 60 feet, then you set it down on a confined space, a mat, and then you jump right into the arm over arm carry. Day 2, which you have to qualify for, log clean and press, 295, as many reps as possible in a minute, and then 60-foot farmers, 310 each hand. I'm excited for that one. It allows me to move and run and do that stuff. Day 3 is a press medley. I think it's like a log, circus dumbbell, axle, yeah. It is a pretty generic press medley, something that I saw at Worlds, East Coast. So it's not something I'm stressing about because I've been training for that type of press medley for the better part of a year. And then a mystery event. Now, they normally have done stone to steel in the past. I expect to be some sort of stones, but maybe it's a yoke. They haven't done a yoke in a while. Who knows? It's a mystery. Way to go, Captain Obvious. That's why it's called a mystery event. How am I training for this? What am I doing? What is changing in my last month of training? The main thing that is changing is variation. I'm dropping down on variation and really dialing this stuff in. Now, I'm not going comp weight every single week. Now, what I did, as you'll see in this video, is I actually worked up to my comp weight in farmers, did one run with it, kind of figured out where my speed was, and I'm gonna drop back on weight with the farmers and probably work speed and gradually build up to comp weight again and time myself and see if there's any improvement. But it's mainly going to be speed work, probably anywhere from 60 to 80%, no more than 80, 85 at the most. Now, the axle deadlift and the log, now they have been pretty much my staples for my strength work. So I'm already doing these events every week, twice a week. So I'm already getting at least 2 events in a week. And I'm just lucky with that because they are implements you can use for strength training. Now, I have this axle deadlift for nationals. It's 10 pounds heavier unless they changed it. But at nationals, it's a wagon wheel, I believe, so it's a 13-inch. But this is a standard axle. I haven't seen anything otherwise. Like I said, I'm already training these 2 a week, which allows me to get a 3rd event in a week, possibly 4, depending on how heavy I go and how my training week's going. But I always plan for 3 events. 3 events are always programmed in because it gives me the flexibility to do so because I'm already doing 2 events within my strength training. If I'm going a heavier deadlift, I'm obviously not going to be clean and pressing heavy as well because my back's going to be smoked. Now, when this is light, this is heavy. It allows me to sharpen both edges of the sword. Now, these are the 2 events I'm worried most about. Because I'm going against bigger, stronger guys, I don't exactly stand out when it comes to a static event. I know that's my weakness, so I've been drilling it like it is my job. So I've been drilling it like my life depends on it, building that static strength, because that's something I need to be good at anyway. Now, in the 200-pound division, I'm not the best statically strong guy, but I'm usually within the top 5. I'm still competitive. But at 231, I'm very curious to see where I'll end up on 2 heavy static events because I have 2 moving events, and this one is moving for really only half of it. The other half is arm over arm, and weight will play a factor because you get more weight into the pool. Think of like a row on a rower machine. You generate more force because you have a little bit more body weight going into that pool. So I'm just going, my game plan for the arm over arm is to basically be as explosive and as fast as possible. Use my speed to get that block down there as fast as possible and then create as much leeway as I can for the arm over arm because I have a feeling that is where the block portion is where I'll make most of my time, but the arm over arm might be where I give up most of my time and really just keep drilling that arm over arm so I get good at it. How I've been training this arm over arm, I've been doing a lot of it standing, so it makes me use my core and my back a little bit more, makes the actual pull itself because my legs have the power. My legs have the power all day long, but it's doing the timing, being efficient, being smooth on the transitions between pulls, climbing up the rope, pulling the slack out, and getting most out of each pull as you possibly can. Now, I don't know if we're going to be doing this on mats. I'm assuming they did everything on a polished concrete floor last year, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. It's an NAS show, so pretty much all of these are going to be Bartos implements. Except for the block, it'll be a Mauser block, if I'm not mistaken, because that's the only one I normally see. Axle deadlift, I'm still training that as normal strength work. I do throw in AMRAPs at the end of each set to really get used to that grinding feeling. I'm already prepping for that mindset because it's gonna suck, and I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm hoping for 3 to 4 at 625. Maybe 5, who knows, but I'm a totally different person on comp day when I'm competing and I'm in the moment. Block carry, arm over arm, I told you my thoughts on that. I already explained to you basically what I'm training for that. And we don't have a block, so I'm doing sandbags to substitute because I've done the block before. It was a block clean and press, and then there was also a block and a carry medley. It wasn't this heavy, but I can tell you a block is way easier than a sandbag. Block clean and press, same game plan as the axle. I'm doing a lot of AMRAP top sets. So my top set of the day will be the biggest mindset. You've already done 2 sets. Before that, now it's time to see what you got left in the tank come the last set. Been doing a lot of clean and pressing because that clean is the main thing that is going to be definitive on the press. If I have a good clean, I'm going to have a good press. Now when you get tired, cleans get sloppy. So I'm trying to ingrain that ability to perform under the pressure and under the fatigue to still get the clean so I can execute the press. I don't want to waste the clean. That's going to be the main thing, not to waste the clean. Day 3 press medley. Not super concerned about that because, like I said, I've been training it for the better part of the year. I've touched it here and there, but I'm taking this as it comes. So I have to get through day 1 to get to day 2, get through day 2 to get to day 3. These 2 days are much more important. They're the meat and potatoes of this competition. If I make it to day 3 and get up on the main stage top 4, I mean, I'll be ecstatic. Possibility, not high. Because like I said, I'm going against probably some of the same guys that were at Worlds. And those top 5, top 10, 231 guys, they are strong dudes. It's gonna be one hell of an event. There's gonna be some strong guys out there. That middleweight, for some reason, that 200 pound up to 231, pound for pound, they're just extremely strong and extremely fast. So it's great that I'm able to compete and really see what these guys can do. And I love going against better guys because it only makes me a better competitor and allows me to learn more than anything. Day 3, not really worried too much about. I'm just taking that as it comes, like I said. So that is really my game plan for these 3 days at the Arnold. The day before this will be weigh-ins. Last year I weighed in fully dressed, soaking wet because I had to walk to weigh-ins in the rain. It was in a different hotel than where we stayed, and I weighed in at like 2:03 with sweatpants, sweatshirt, water bottle, wallet, phone, all the necessity carry stuff you have on your person. Weighed in at like 2:03 with all that stuff on. And the lady actually said, she's like, don't you want to take some clothes off so you can make weight? I was like, I'm a middleweight, not a 175. I got mistaked for 175 probably like 6 times by various people in the crowd. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you. I understand I'm smaller than everyone in my weight class. I don't need that rubbed in. I'm going to be the run of the litter. It's all right. Big things come in small packages. That's what they say, right? I don't know. I've never ordered a Amazon package and it was a small package with something big in it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know where I was going with that, to be completely honest. That was me having a short attention span and just trailing off. That is pretty much all I got for you guys. I really hope that breakdown helps you guys and allows you to really formulate something into your own program. Like I said, not everything needs to be comp weight all the time. You can work percentages. All my percentages will be off comp weight from this point on. I don't really have an actual deadlift PR, so all my programming has gone off of the 635 for nationals because it's only a 10-pound difference. So that is really my game plan and how I'm running things. If there's anything that's getting sacrificed, it will be assistance, but strongman is a priority from this point on because it is now about dialing things in and execution and getting my body used to these movements so it knows exactly what to do on command on game day. So that is all I got for you guys. Until the next time, you guys know what the deal is. Get out there, get after it, and embrace the suck.